So there.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Ed, here with Sam, as well as a very special guest, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Thank you for having me.
Stop by. Oh, absolutely. It's our pleasure. I know you're super busy right now. We don't have a lot of time with you here, unfortunately, but I mean, we just want to say thanks for stopping by, talk about as much stuff as we possibly can
Sounds
in
great.
a coherent manner.
That's
while we got you
well,
here.
coherent manner is, that might be a little tough.
We'll do our best. We've been having a lot of fun doing this Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 thing, because I think, it's really something special for a lot of people to be able to see the sort of sneak peek behind the scenes of all the stuff that we've got coming up. So, I mean, maybe you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. For me, what I love about the format here is this is a little microcosm of what I get to do back at work,
basically, right?
To be able to pop into the treehouse, see what you guys are working on, get to play a little bit myself.
Right.
For me, looking around all the different games that we're showing, I mean, obviously, what we've got with Splatoon is fantastic. The reaction has been really, really strong. As I said yesterday during the Smash tournament, personally, I'm really looking forward to playing a little Smash, playing a little Smash on 3DS.
Yeah.
I travel so much that for me, the portable version of Smash is going to be tremendous.
That's huge, right?
It's going to be huge for me. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And what I loved is as I was walking in this morning, the 3DS stations were already full. People were really getting into that experience.
Right.
The Smash run that we've showed off, I think, is phenomenal. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, that ability to level up your guys, I mean, that's going to be amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the tournament last night was insane. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't watched it yet who wants to, but the ending was super tense. It was like right down to the wire.
It came down to the wire, came down to some fantastic moves. I think the guys are around here somewhere.
They're here.
We're going to try and get them on, from what I understand. But it's things are going great.
And I know you were there watching the tournament with us, and maybe picking up a few pointers, getting into Smash.
I'm trying to pick up as many pointers as I can.
Right.
As I said publicly, I am personally not the best Smash player, but that's why the 3DS version is going to be so great for me. Right. My opportunity to play a lot, really work on all of my moves. I want to play as a Reggie me.
Yes.
I got to say.
Got it.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
That's
Do you think you're going to be a sword-wielding Reggie, or are you going to be
I think I'm going to be the arm gun
The gunner?
Reggie.
Okay.
The gunner.
Nice.
So next year we're going to come back, and there's going to be like insane action going on.
I'll be able to do all of these great gunning moves. I'll optimize my character. It's going to be great.
Very cool. We've got a lot of people have, you spoke to Splatoon. A lot of people have been so excited. That's personally, I think, the thing that I'm most excited about. That's the thing I've been like every second I can, I'm slipping over there to try to get in, because that's what I need practice on, honestly, because I am not naturally an FPS guy. I'm not naturally a shooter. My gaming muscles always just sort of gravitate more towards platformking naturally.
You do the puzzle thing a lot
and puzzle things too. And to see this Nintendo take on the shooter is so the light bulb has gone up. My third eye has been squeegeed open.
The thing that I love is yes, it has all of the fun aspects of a shooting game, but it's so much fun. It's so sociable. The various powered up weapons are really cool, but it's got all of that same strategy element. Right, this thought of I can see the paint, so I know there's another player over here.
Right. Yeah.
So I have to be careful. I'm going to turn into the squid. I'm going to pop up next to them, turn around, fire them with ink. It's a really cool game playing mechanic.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
And it's cool that it actually pays off to work with your team. So saying, okay, you're going to stay here and guard the base. You're going to go out and run point and try to cut them off before they get here. And being able to bounce back and forth, you just tap on the gamepad and suddenly you're like, okay, I got to jump over to help you out because things are getting a little ridiculous in an area of our map. But being able to communicate with your teammates as you're all sitting around trying to knock out this other team, it's really satisfying. I know we've been playing around at work trying to figure out some strategies. Like, okay, some of us are really good and some of us, myself included, we're trying to catch up to the folks who've been localizing
been working
this game.
on the game.
Right.
It's a little bit of an unfair advantage, so strategy is really kind of helping us out a little bit.
Well, that was a cool thing, seeing Nate and Morgan kind of do play-by-play of all the Splatoon coverage and being able to talk about all that strategy and stuff, and even talk about sort of the I don't know, you call them cheap, you call them brutal, vicious things, when someone can just plop a splatter of paint down and then just hide in that and then just watch everyone go around them, pop up at that one moment, and then bam.
Well, it's funny because when I did my demo in the treehouse of Splatoon, Morgan was the guy who was showing it off.
Right.
And so he was showing that mean streak even back then.
Yeah.
So, I have to say I'm working on picking up some hits and tricks, trying to figure out the right way to play. I'm going to be real close to Morgan and watching what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, I think Morgan and Eric are our two ringers. You go up against them, and it's just like, oh, please let me be on your team.
It can be so brutal. I mean, and that's something that I think maybe a lot of people don't know about you, about us in the Treehouse. It's like you're a busy guy. You're a busy guy, but you're around. And so whenever we get these new games in the Treehouse, like part of our shtick is like all right, well, let's look at this. This is a lot of fun. Somebody get Reggie down here so we can, get him on this. We can talk about this, and we got, a bunch of new stuff coming out. I mean, what else has sort of piqued your interest that you're seeing out here?
For me, a couple things. I really love Captain Toad. I think that game mechanic. I love
super cute.
I love what we were doing in 3D World. Having that character have his own game, own fully featured game, for me is really exciting. That's a holiday release. So that's going to be really phenomenal for us. And I'll tell you, the other game I'm loving to play is Hyrule Warriors.
Yes.
And for me, the whole Dynasty Warrior gameplay is not something that I grew up playing a lot of. Sure. But seeing the mashup between that and Zelda and the Zelda universe is really fun.
It's huge.
The different characters that we've exposed, people are really loving that in terms of the gameplay.
Playing Midna, that was great. Having Chris up here playing Midna, the reaction
nuts.
that was awesome.
It's phenomenal.
So just as she hook shots the moon, are just like it's over.
I know, right?
It's nuts.
So to me, Hyrule Warriors is because of the development cycle of that game, I didn't see it early on. I only saw it late, but I really love the way that shaped up. That's going to be a big release for us. That's coming up in that October time period. So it's going to be very exciting.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, how's it feel, for everyone who can't be here? Every E3, it seems like it's kind of got its own flavor. Every year has its own feel. Every year has its own flavor. I mean, what's the sort of vibe as you're walking around, trying to go as incognito as you can, I'm sure, but...
That's a little tough.
Yeah.
The vibe is phenomenal. We're in a really fortunate place. We got a ton of content. A ton of content for 2014, ton of content that we're showing for 2015. So the vibe in the booth is really, really positive, really, really strong. We've got people spending a lot of time playing Splatoon, a lot of time playing Smash. I see people going from the 3DS area for Smash, kind of getting in the groove, getting in their skills, and then coming over to try and get on the big screen for the Smash gameplay. So there's a really strong vibe going on. We've got some great third-party content. We had the guys from Shovel Knight just up here. That's being shown here in the booth. So there's a really nice mix of content that we have here. And again, it's all content that's coming up soon for the consumer to buy that's out there watching us live.
This isn't something, late 2016 that you're going to see. This is stuff that we and the other devs, this stuff our hands are dirty right now, and a lot of this stuff is really like getting on its feet.
I'm actually going to get in trouble if I don't get back to the office soon, because I've got a project I'm in the middle of writing, and my writing buddy's back there right now.
You're getting behind.
I'm sure he's counting the minutes, you need to get back here and get back to work.
Right. Yeah, it is piling up. It's so great for me to be able to show people fantasy life here, in this, because that's been sort of what my world has been surrounded in all this time lately, and to be able to share that with everyone here when it's been behind such closed doors, such a tight lid on everything, and be able to not only people here on the floor but on the stream as well. It's just really it feels good to be able to share that sort of fun that's been bottled up all this time.
I've got to say thank you for letting us run loose up here. It's a very different experience.
It's been great. I mean, I whenever I've had a break in my interviews, I've been able to take a sneak peek and to see what's going on. And I'll tell you, I think this format is fabulous. One of the challenges we have at a show like E3 is we have so much content. How do we figure out what do we show, what do we announce, what do we include in the video? And having this venue to go in deep on certain games, whether they're indie games, whether they're full first-party games, but giving this venue to go in deep has really been a great opportunity for us. And hearing it right from the experts, right? You guys live and breathe the games. You're knowledgeable. You know what's going on. It's been fantastic. So I'm really excited with the way this has turned out.
That's awesome. I think a lot of people have been pumped. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I think we're running out of time, but there's one thing I wanted to make sure we covered before you left. You've got your personal Nintendo 3DS on you. And I want to make
do.
sure folks know that they can street pass with you if they come by the booth.
Exactly. So whenever I'm out walking
You're
around,
out.
I have it. I'm street passing. I think I'm up to about 4,000 street pass connections so
Nice.
far. So it's all good.
There's
So
a
if you want
personal
the
Reggie me
real
out there
Reggie
somewhere.
There's
Yeah.
a real Reggie me, right? Not the company Reggie me, the real Reggie me
That's awesome.
floating around.
Well, thanks, Real Reggie, for dropping by and hang out with
Thank
us. Up next, we got Super Smash Brothers coming up.